Welcome back. You're watching the Weekly Brief, and we are talking about an AI report that's set a lot of buzz in the world of AI and people who are closely watching the development of AI. It says by 2034, gentlemen, AI is going to take over everything, not just our jobs, but also our lives. And I'm going to quickly quote you some of the excerpts of the report because it's been authored by somebody who is a part of OpenAI as a researcher and had to pay billions of dollars of rupees because they decided not to sign the NDA. That by 2027, AI will automate itself. And by 2034, we either align with AI, we'll either get outsmarted if we don't, or we will be eliminated. It sounds like a dystopian world, but should we be scared, Sri?
So there's another report which says by 2034, I'll be the president of the United States. But that's not going to happen. Neither is this going to happen.
On a lighter note, all reports on AI are going to be irregular jobs.
So, the reality today, Shweta, is that no one really knows how AI is going to play out. Yes, AI is going to, automate a lot of things that we do as human beings. It is going to make a lot of jobs redundant. But is it going to get to even human intelligence to begin with, AGI? And then become even more intelligent than humans, which is like ASI level, artificial superintelligence level. These are all speculations. I think it would be wrong on our part to look at the current exponential rate at which AI power is growing and to say that, okay, at this point, it's going to become uncontrollable, so that there's a rogue AI which is going to take over the world and kill all of us. I don't think that's going to happen.
So
what will happen?
It's an evolving landscape.
No. So what also doesn't factor is the regulatory aspect of the whole issue. You can't just look at the technology and say, okay, if everything goes the way it is, this is what is going to 2 + 2 is 4, and it's going to become 22, and then governments are going to be sleeping and nothing's going to happen. Companies are going to be sleeping, and AI is going to take over the world, kill all of us. Not going to happen.
I mean, if AI is a Godzilla, then it does not know where it's going.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that AI is for real, and then there is a regulatory intervention. The truth of the matter is that it's already bringing about a massive landscape change in the business paradigm. I'll give you a few examples. The latest term to hit social media is AI off. It's not layoff, it's AI off.
AI off.
AI off. Yeah. So
You've been offed by AI.
You've been offed by AI. No, and what is triggering this? Companies like Microsoft and big ticket companies. So normally layoffs are on account of performance of the company or the individual. So in this case, it's neither.
Or a business downturn.
So that's the performance of the company. So these companies have reported great results. And so despite that, if it's happening, that means there's a new phenomenal change in the business landscape.
So just to add to what he's saying, layoffs also did not until recently eliminate the job. What we're witnessing with AI is the elimination of certain tasks.
So there's no replacement.
These jobs are never coming back.
Yeah, these jobs
are
never going to come back.
Yeah.
So, we don't really know which way it's panning out. What we know for certain is that you need to be on top of AI. You can't shed it ideologically. I think the era of ideological hatred for AI is over.
Make AI your best friend
AI your
if you
best
want to stay
friend.
employed.
It's you should get infatuated by AI. Coming back to the love story, you should get infatuated by AI and start building relationship with it in a manner and keep yourself updating. So there's this new theory, according to this report or some other report I read, that the chat GPT, the next version will learn from what you know, and then be your lot.
Yesterday they launched version 5.0.
Exactly.
OpenAI chat GPT 5.0.
I think human intervention and empathy, no AI can talk about. I keep giving this example. There's this latest report in US about medicine and AI are great stories. What will they do together? But this example about an AI survey done with the best of the minds, recommended that 95% of the ventilator cases should be shut down because it makes a business case. It doesn't make a human case. So humane element in AI has to be integrated without removing AI.
So let's just say that the report at this point is speculative in nature. You can't really believe whether there's going to be a dystopian world where AI will take over everybody, start killing people who don't support AI. But at the same time, let's also take note of the fact that AI has eliminated job roles.
Absolutely. That can't be denied.
That cannot be denied. And one needs to adapt rather quickly because AI computing is doubling every 6 months.
That's why, Sri mentioned regulatory framework. Governments can't shut their mind from what's happening. If a particular company has got huge profits and has huge results,
No, but that is going to happen. What will happen?
No, there's some amount of intervention.
It's inevitable
has to happen,
because the march of technology is relentless. Okay, we will focus on putting sufficient guardrails for AI to make sure that the collateral damage from this technology is contained as much as possible. But the fact remains that human progress is dependent on innovation, that we are always trying to do things better. That is why we came out from the caves and we are living today, and we are flying in airplanes, living in air-conditioned homes, doing all kinds of things. So I think that is inevitable. Now, but how much we do it, what is the collateral damage that it extracts from the economy, from a society, I think that's something the governments have the power to limit and control. So I think I'm hopeful that at some point we will be able to curtail the devastating impact as envisioned by some of these reports. We'll be able to curtail them to an extent and make sure that we take the good parts of AI and the rogue part of it, we are able to stop it.
And I think, globally, AI is one area where a lot of pacts are happening between countries. India and Germany, for instance, India and US, for instance. And each country is establishing its own framework, which is suited to its cultural moorings. And, so that is the railguard that he's talking about. Also, I think fundamentally we need to integrate it. As I said, there's no room for ideological hatred for AI. So I would recommend in the school level, bring in AI as a course. Across schools.
UAE has done.
And UAE has done. Perhaps India should also follow suit, where we are able to bring in AI to our school curriculum, college curriculum.
And not just as a soft skill; it's a hard skill.
Right. Right, and so I have to say this, I understand the need for human development, and we must be able to grow with AI, be able to adapt, but guardrails are important.
Absolutely.
And those guardrails
100%.
is a responsibility of the government, which is where I'm worried.
And the innovator companies also.
But are we doing enough to bring in those guardrails, or are we looking at expansion at the cost of perhaps humanity tomorrow, Rakesh? I haven't seen enough.
It's an evolving landscape. So the rest of the minds, I would say, don't know exactly how is it shaping up. If you ask guys in AI labs, they also don't know how is it going. The journey is going to shape up. So there is no prescribed template that a government would do. Government of India has gone on record, led by the Prime Minister, saying that we will only do AI for good.
So all right. So we need AI for good, and it needs to be tamed. It can't be a Godzilla
can't be wished away for sure.
And walking all over us in future. Perhaps something we need to keep in account on to what extent we would like to compromise on unchecked development. But I think we're all here for regulations, and that's what India is also proposing as far as AI is concerned. But that's all we have. So like, subscribe, share. Tell us what you want to discuss next week as we bring you the next edition of the Weekly Brief. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, Shweta.
Thank you.